stand by. The vacuum tubes are warming up. This is a special live broadcast right here on Georgia Radio.
Well, it's been a while since we've had this young lady on, but she is just knocking it out of the park. I mean, every song she releases, I don't know how it's just not a top 5 hit. I really don't. Makenzie Phipps, welcome back to Georgia Radio. How you doing?
I'm doing so great. Thank you again for speaking with me. It's always a pleasure getting to talk with you.
I just love your stuff, and I'm not just saying that because you're on here, but I really enjoyed 18 Wheels. I enjoyed it so much that I want to play it right after we play your latest single, which is out right now, Pick Your Poison. But I've really, it's been fun to listen to you mature in your recording, because you're doing it so quickly. It's kind of scary. I mean, you're wicked good, as they would say in Rhode Island and Boston. So it's really great to hear how you've just continued to change and grow over the last few years. It's been great stuff.
Well, thank you. I very much appreciate that. You know, I just take it day by day, and I have really started to dive into my own writing ability, writing style, and just putting songs out there that I have written means so much to me. That's why Pick Your Poison has been such a roller coaster of emotions when I released it, because, you know, a lot of the songs that I have out currently were either pitched to me by my producer at the time, Sal Oliveri, or my backup singer and guitarist Shane wrote for me, and like 18 Wheels. He is a fantastic songwriter. And Pick Your Poison is the first song that I have put out into the open that I solely wrote myself. So it's just been crazy to see what people think.
Well, your background, they're in Virginia, where you're from. You're just surrounded by some of the, I guess there's still echoes. I don't want to say ghosts, but there's still echoes up there of, you know, the Carters and so many other great songs that were created up in those hills up there. And I guess if you pay attention, you can pull that kind of stuff right down, can't you?
Yeah, I mean, I was born and raised in Bluefield. It was my home my entire life up until last year when I decided to bite the bullet and move to Nashville, Tennessee. But, you know, Shane and I always talk about there are so many insanely talented musicians, singers, and songwriters in Virginia that are just like in the deep, dark crevices of the woods. Like, you know, where I was from in Virginia, I was in a very small rural town, and we had about 5,000 people in Bluefield. And, you know, we were especially surrounded by like coal towns and everything like that. And it's just incredible as to who you could run into and who may just be so insanely gifted and just like to play leisurely. And Virginia is just always going to be home to me.
Yeah. No matter where you go, it's always home. But you know, you take those things that have been imprinted in your heart with you, no matter where you go, and that comes out in your writing. And you know, you talk about Shane. I'm guessing that the two of you have written some stuff together at this point.
We have a song that's going to be releasing here in the next couple of months, and it's called Whiskey Kills the Time. And Shane and I had actually co-written on that one. And 18 Wheels, I had changed some words, but more so to make it into like a perspective thing. Because, of course, 18 Wheels is talking about a daughter reminiscing on her father, who was a trucker, and, you know, just reflecting on all of his hard work and such. So I changed around some words. I wouldn't really say I'm a co-writer on that one, but as far as like Whiskey Kills the Time, which will be coming out here in the next few months, I did co-write on. And then we did work together on our Christmas song, God Help Us. That was the first and only Christmas song we have ever written in our lives, and it exceeded our expectations.
Well, you know, I got to tell you, I was out the other day. My son and I were out driving around. We had to pull into a store, and you know what? There's Halloween, and there's Thanksgiving decorations already coming out. And I thought to myself, I wonder how many folks are in the studio right now recording that Christmas song that we're going to be playing in December, because it's that time of year for you folks.
Yeah, my PR, it was so funny. They had messaged me. They were like, hey, are you going to be working on a Christmas song this year? And I was like, you know, I think that Christmas Snow was a one and done deal. And I will root on all of the insanely talented artists out there that love writing Christmas music.
Well,
and
or
I'm
you
just going to sit here and drink my cocoa and support them.
and support that. Well, okay, but hey, you might it might come back to you. You might have another Christmas song or two in you. You just never know. Well, I think it's great.
Maybe.
How was CMA Fest for you up there? Let's talk about that because I know you were playing all over the place.
Yes, that was my first CMA Fest, and I was only actually there for a day, but I had so many different interviews, and I got to do some autograph signing at the Nashville Universe booth. So it was just really cool to get to meet people from all over the world and get to reconnect with some friends of mine.
Yeah. Well, I think it's great that you're getting out there too, and your whole team is doing well. I wanted to ask you this because somebody was talking to me the other day. It was a friend of ours' daughter, and she said, it's really cool to watch some of these new artists right now, like Taylor Swift, who's having all this incredible success. And she said, I wonder what that's like to ride that rocket. Well, I see you in very sort of similar circles, Makenzie, because you've come up through the bluegrass and country roots, and I love it. You're just letting it kind of go. How has that been watching someone as successful as she has been in the last few years? Just sort of ride that rocket ship up. Has that been an inspiration to you in your own music and songwriting?
Yeah, I do like Taylor Swift. I was definitely a bigger Taylor Swift fan when she was in country. I was in elementary school and I'd be listening to You Belong With Me and Mean and Love Story and all of those. I loved Taylor when she was country, and I do like some of her pop songs. I don't really get too involved with Taylor Swift, but I do like to listen to her, and I think she is a fantastic artist. And I mean, she has done so much over her basically entire career, and now she is like a billionaire. Like whatever she's doing, it is working, and I am so happy for her. As far as like artists in country music that I definitely idolize along the lines of working for so long and finally making that breakthrough and just killing it out there, I absolutely love Ashley McBryde. A lot of people out there don't realize, I mean, she's in her 40s, and she, over the last couple of years, has just started making a name for herself in country music. And she is definitely somebody that inspires me because she's been at it for years. I mean, she has told people all the time that, she has worked at it. She was in the little dive bars and went to the festivals, and she just worked and worked and worked until finally it was the Lord's timing. And she's definitely somebody I look up to, and I pray to God one day I can sing with her.
Oh, I think that's great. And I should have done a little bit better job explaining what I was talking about there. But our friend, her desire is to become an entrepreneur. And she said, I see the dollars rolling in for her that weren't there. She's a country music aficionado herself, young 14-year-old girl. But she told me, she goes, I remember back in the day when I looked at all of these, there were not that many female artists in country music back in the day. And there really weren't. I remember the first station I worked at, the music director had this thing, the program director had this thing where you can only play one female artist per hour. And today you don't hear that. I mean, the doors have been blown wide open by all of these phenomenal talents whose shoulders you and so many others stand upon today. And I just think that's great. So, yeah, I think the point was watching her as a business owner and as an entrepreneur and as a musician rise to where she's at. That's got to be great. I think about Lauren Watkins. Have you heard her?
I have
heard
sister, of some of her stuff.
She and her sister, just great stuff. Who's the friend with you today, by the way?
I have been kind of running around the house.
Yeah.
This is my newest addition. This is our boy, Jared. You want to say hi?
Maybe not now. Now that you put him on the spot.
You don't want to say now. No, you don't want to say hi now. I recently adopted him back in March, and people out there can go to my socials and take a look at him. I adopted him from a private rescue out in Tennessee, and when he had came in, he looked like a dirty wash rag. They found him as a stray, and he had been attacked by something and was very, very emaciated. And I brought him home in March, and now he is just the biggest fluff ball and the biggest male diva.
Yeah.
But yes, I've always had a
rescues
special place for rescue animals.
Well, in pet rescues, you never know, because sometimes the people are just as crazy as the animals who do the rescuing. And you'll go online and you'll find this one. We rescued a dog one time. Well, not rescue. We adopted a dog from a rescue. And the lady says, all right, I'll meet you at the corner of, it was like County Road, whatever. This was out in Colorado, right? Way up in the mountains. And I'm thinking, this cannot be for real. And we're literally out in the boonies, and we see this little car come with all of these cages, on the roof rack, and the back end was open, and you could hear her coming with all the yapping and whatnot. And the dog popped out. We took it. We handed the money, and I thought, this is like a drug deal or something, out in the middle of nowhere with these people. But yeah, I guess we passed, and we had a great dog for a number of years. They're the best. I really agree with you.
They are.
You're going to be playing all over the place in July here, picking up. I'm just looking through here. The Mason Jar in Dublin coming up here, and you've got a whole smattering of dates, and I'm guessing folks can follow along with all of your dates this summer. Where's the best place to stay in touch with you, Makenzie?
Yes, I am available on all of the social medias, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. My website is where you can stay up to date on all of the shows I have going on for the year, new material, different things like that, and that is at MakenziePhipps.com. So if y'all want to go join the little family that we've been growing for years and years, then come on.
I'm a proud member of that family over there. I love following what you're doing, and it's just great because it's real. It's just, you have a great personality there that you bring out online, and I think a lot of folks really can connect with you that way. What are you excited about? I wanted to ask you this because I know summer we're kind of right in the middle of it, but what are you excited about right now?
I'm just excited to continue going back into the studio and recording music, and I have been trying to make time for leisure time because it is summer. I do like to every now and then go out to the pool and just kind of chill and reminisce on things, but I have definitely been trying to get more into songwriting, and I've been working with a new producer by the name of Grady Saxman, and he has done a phenomenal job. He cut Pick Your Poison, and he really brought my vision to life, and I could not be more thrilled with the end result. And I just take it day by day. I see what the Lord has to offer me, and I just go.
Yeah. Well, I think that's fantastic. I really do. And I cannot wait to hear what's next. If you're listening to this on the live stream, at lunchtime, we're going to play both songs, both recent songs, back to back. We're going to break some rules because I don't think you're supposed to do that. I don't know if I don't know. Can we do that? I think we should do that. So we're going to do it. I need to go look at that, but I'm not going to look at it right now. 18 Wheels, we're going to play that one. And then we're also going to play the brand new song that's just right out, Pick Your Poison. Folks can download these. They can save them wherever they download their music from. And I'm guessing if they see you live, do you have these available somehow there as well? I'm asking for a friend.
Yes, as far as
can you buy a hard copy? Devin wants to know if you can buy a hard copy.
Yes, you can. You can go to MakenziePhipps.com, and under there you can find my Shopify account. And I just recently launched some new merch items. I have a new style T-shirt of the standard Makenzie Phipps shirt, and then I have a Pick Your Poison shirt that is out now, and I have a You Bring the Beer, I'll Bring the Noise koozie.
I like that. I mean, you got to have a koozie. Yeah, the koozie factor is high. You got to have a good koozie.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, Makenzie, thanks for coming on. Devin, no 8-tracks, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to get with the rest of the world. And he always says they sound good, and I'm like, they don't sound good. They don't even sound good. I don't know why he listens to them, but anyway, we'll convince him along, but I really appreciate
There's no judgment.
I don't know. Sometimes there is, those old scratchy things. Hank Williams sounded good when he released that back in the 80s, Hank Williams Jr., but I don't know. It's starting to stretch, Devin. That's all I can say. Makenzie, listen, your music is going to stretch for decades, and I'm so glad to have you back on here again. We're going to play Pick Your Poison here in just a few seconds, and, of course, 18 Wheels with Makenzie. But if you missed this online and you're listening to the podcast, you're going to have to go download it for yourself right now. Makenzie Phipps, thanks for being here.
Thank you again for talking with me. It's been a pleasure.
Georgia Radio. Good company and great country.